Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This reading is for the full moon in Leo taking place on February 9th, and it will go until March 9th when we have the full moon in Virgo. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of background information on this Leo full moon. It's a full moon that's especially good for Aries, Geminis, Leos, Librans, Sagittarians, and Aquarians. So check and see where you guys might have those placements in your chart. The energy at this time is bright and proud, and some might even say that it can be a little too proud, right? There are some questions that we should be asking ourselves during this time period. Have I been too self-centered or egotistical? Have I been treating people the way that I would like to be treated? Have I been arrogant, vain, pushy, or pompous? Have I been expressing myself creatively enough? And have I shown myself enough self-love? The Leo full moon is a great time to get back in touch with our humility and also to be grateful and take a look around and see what you're grateful. Show gratitude for the things that you love in your life. Find balance between what your friends need and what you need, what people at work or what work needs and what you need, what your relationships need and then what you need. Okay, because self-care is going to be really important right now. Perform forgiveness ceremonies and make sure that you are in a constant state of gratitude. All right, so Scorpios, as you guys may know, I have my moon in Scorpio, so I'm right here in this reading with you guys. It's just as much of a reading for me as it is for you. I'm just going to ask that while I'm doing this reading, you go ahead and give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that bell. But most of all, I just want to thank you guys for being on this journey with me and for all of the love and support that you show my channel. You guys are the best. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into this reading. And, you know, I always feel like Scorpio, I always feel like Scorpio deals quite well in fire energy, even though Scorpio being a water sign. I feel like, you know, especially having been stung by scorpions before, it really burns, you know. Stings are equated to burns, right? So I always feel like, for some reason, you know, Scorpio out of all the water signs fares the best when we're in this fire energy. And there's a lot of optimism, there's a lot of courage and strength, and there's a lot of spiritual support at this time. So it's actually a very nice full moon, okay? So let's go ahead, we'll get into this reading. So we're going to ask spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides, what messages does Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs need to hear? What messages do you have for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon in Leo? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon in Leo. Some of you guys might have Pisces in your chart. Yeah, very nice, you guys. I love this. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your overall energy, Scorpio. Boom, your own energy, the Tower, transformation, bringing the house down, you know, getting rid of toxic relationships, behavior patterns, thought process, total paradigm shifts. Love this energy for you guys because this is you. You know, this is what I think of. I mean, you guys are the Death card, but the Tower card is also just such scorpionic energy. And I love the fact that this fire is showing up. You guys are all about transforming, and you guys have either been through a Tower moment, are going through, or will go through some sort of paradigm shift, some sort of sudden change. And I feel like it's one that you guys have been manifesting. Underneath that, you have the Five of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's in reverse. So it's all about your stability. It's about letting go of anxiety, feelings of loss, feelings of separation, sorrow, and sadness, but just releasing that, no longer willing to be anchored in that type of energy. Here we have the King of Wands. This is Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This is a king who you know, who can be very charismatic. He can be a player type card, but it's somebody who doesn't want to have doesn't want the responsibilities that he himself has committed to. Now, don't get caught up on gender on the cards. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine energy. It could represent a masculine energy in your life, not necessarily a male, or it could represent an aspect of yourself, like you just kind of wanted to start again. You kind of want to get away from it all, right? Underneath that, we have the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This is being sated, feeling that sense of fulfillment. This could be a lot of drinking, partying, celebrating, but it's in a good way, and it's exactly what you wanted. Queen of Swords energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. You could have been dealing with a feminine energy. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman who kind of was... because of all of the past hurts and traumas and everything that she's been through, very cutting, very biting. When she's in the reverse, she's quite scary. She's a quite formidable opponent. She's sort of the epitome of that narcissism and like that evil stepmother type energy. Okay, but let's go ahead and see how that resonates in your reading, because you guys, you've got some really nice cards coming out. The first thing off the bat, I'm noticing that you have two sixes on deck, which is which the number 66 is a master number, and it's relating to money, prosperity, forgiveness, healing, service to others, and unconditional love. And because you have the Six of Cups coming out here, I'm really getting soulmate energy, a soulmate type journey. Okay, and we're also going to go through Mercury in retrograde at this time, so the Six of Cups could be a reunion with somebody either in this lifetime or a previous lifetime, and it's really, really, really nice. All right, so let's go ahead and look at your energy. Your energy is the Hanged Man. This is Piscean energy. This is ruled by Neptune. This is somebody who's surrendered to the divine, because you guys are committed to change and transformation. Whether you know it or not, I feel like it's something that you've manifested, but you can also sense that there's a real emotional release here for you, and a sense of relief that's come with this change, because I feel like some of you had gotten in over your heads, either in a relationship or in a job or whatever situation, and you're not really sure, but you've decided, okay, you're committed to this transformation. You're committed to its ups and downs, but you're letting go of control. You're letting go of controlling the outcome. You're pulling back. You're surrendering to the divine. You're waiting for the answers. You're waiting to see what the next step is going to be. All right. And I really love that. And you're also using your imagination, and you're just open to the infinite possibilities that abound, right? That come with this change. Now, the way people are seeing you, though, is the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups is, complete happiness, fulfillment. This is also sort of the truth of your relationships at this time. The Ten of Cups is, it's taking us back to the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups, or it's taking me back to the Nine of Cups, which is all about focusing on what it is you want and what it is you need. Now, some of you have seen, your relationships and in love or in family and with others, that there's some sort of breakup or breakdown. Okay, again, we do have the Tower and with the Ten of Cups, which does tell me that, a family might be splitting up, a partnership, a long-term partnership, or something along those lines. But again, it could have been a job that makes you really happy. It could have been something that once gave you a lot of joy, is something that you now are separating from. And people are seeing that. But like I said before, it's really taking me to that Nine of Cups energy, where it's like you figuring out what's best for you. What is it that you need? What needs, wants, desires do you need to fulfill before you can make anybody else happy, or before you can sort of step into that role again, okay? Or in a similar role. And I get for some of you, this might have to do with career and finance, or some sort of passion project as well. Okay, but we do see a family here. So for the vast majority of you, I feel like it will be resonating as, as a partnership, romance and love and family. Okay, now what's blocking your dreams and your goals? We have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like there's some sort of financial block or some sort of health block, you getting back to, your mental health, your physical health, financial health. Okay. The Six of Pentacles is a beautiful card because it's all about giving and receiving equally. So it could be that, you had taken on a role of over giving. Okay, or maybe you were too dependent on somebody financially, and you're feeling a little bit of a block now that you're on your own, right? Or now that you want to be on your own. For those of you that were over giving, okay, you may have been in a relationship where somebody had sort of, I'm not going to say somebody tricked you into believing, but sort of the dynamics of this relationship, whether it was a job or a love relationship, they were giving you just enough to keep you where you are. Okay, but not enough room for growth. So it's kind of like, okay, if you depended on this person, the metaphor, if you stayed at home, take care of the kids or what have you, and your partner went to work, that they gave you just enough to keep you there, but not enough for you to spread your wings. And the same may go for with a job or a profession, that maybe they were, there wasn't a lot of professional development. You might have hit the ceiling. They might have kept promising you, sort of dangling a carrot in front of your nose, like, yes, maybe next year, or we'll give you a raise, but it wasn't really quite enough to give you exactly what you needed, wanted, or desired. And so it's sort of just keeping you stuck. So it's sort of this guise of, or this disguise of giving to you and of charity and giving you enough, but in reality, it's not enough, but it's just enough to meet sort of the bare minimum requirements. Now, what you need to do to overcome these obstacles, we have the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is usually a message, or it's an offering, or it's an apology, but it's in the reverse, and this is what you need to do. So for some of you, I feel like you need to maybe apologize, okay? Maybe, and it's hard to apologize or admit maybe when we were wrong, but I think also this apology isn't necessarily going to your boss and saying, I'm sorry, this doesn't work for me, or going to a relationship and saying, I'm sorry, I have to leave you. But I think it's also admitting to yourself, right, that I'm sorry for when I've abandoned you. Okay, I'm sorry for everything that we've been through, but we've learned so much. But I'm sorry, but it's time to move on. Okay, the Page of Cups can also sort of talk about, something that you were very passionate about, but it never really was able to get off the ground. Okay, so again, maybe there was a breakup of a relationship, somebody that you once really loved, or you thought you loved, or you had idealized this job or this partnership or this relationship, but it just wasn't able to come to fruition. There just wasn't enough give and take. There wasn't enough reciprocity. There wasn't enough balance in this relationship. And so it's time to say goodbye. Okay. And admitting that. And then also, I keep getting for some of you, and I hope I'm saying it right. There's a beautiful Hawaiian prayer for forgiveness. And that's what I'm really getting from this card. Like saying I'm sorry, sending out unconditional love, and then forgiving yourself and for others. And that's what I'm seeing here in this card, right? Because the Page of Cups, he's making this offering, and he's got this cup, and he's quite young, he's quite immature, and this cup has this weird fish in it, right? And however long it's taken for him to get to your doorstep, right? This fish might have gone putrid, might have been rotten, might not be, it might be stinking by now, but I don't feel like it's you necessarily being disingenuous, but, just sort of surrendering to the circumstances, surrendering to the fact that this isn't working, that there wasn't enough give and take. It doesn't mean that it's forever either, but it's really coming to that realization and forgiving yourself, right? Because you did the best that you could with what you knew and with what you had. All right, Scorpio? Now, the next card out is what you can do within in order to help achieve your desires. This is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy again. So we've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, 4 out of these 7 cards. Okay, the Hanged Man is Piscean energy, so we've got 5 water cards, and then we've got 2 Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you guys might have Earth in your chart or be dealing with somebody with Earth in their chart. But the Four of Cups is all about not accepting an offering from somebody. And again, this is all about maybe your analytical mind is getting in the way of you seeing the blessings that were being offered to you. Or it could also speak to being really emotionally closed off. It could be bored or disappointed. Now, it's so funny because this morning in my meditation, the message that I got was, the need to transform, the need to move forward. And oftentimes our ego revolts against change, right? Because change is scary. And in order to do that, we become lethargic, we become complacent, we become apathetic because we don't want this tower moment, right? And I love the fact that it's coming out in this reading because that's the message I was channeling, this boredom, this disappointment. That's you not wanting to change. That's you not wanting. I mean, I'm not saying necessarily either that it's a conscious choice, like, oh, I don't want to change. Oh, I don't want to accept the blessings. But it could be that, your ego taking over and saying, no, we're fine where we are. Things are okay. This relationship isn't that great. I know it's not equal. Okay, maybe I'm overgiving and maybe we're not super happy, but it's okay. Let's just stay here for a while, right? And this boredom and this discontent, that's sort of a mask, okay? Your ego's mask, trying to avoid change and transformation, which Spirit is saying is so necessary, Scorpio. And you guys, if there's anybody who's a master at that change and transformation, it's us, Scorpio, right? So this Four of Cups is in reverse, and it's taking me back to the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about celebration. It's all about unity. It's all about support. All right. And I really like that. And it's about expansion, and it's about being happy, and it's about being optimistic, and it's about taking yourself out of this energy of depression, anxiety, boredom, dissatisfaction, and really, like, that's no way to live your life. It happens to all of us. So I'm definitely not accusing you, but, you know, Spirit saying, bring back the joy and the bliss in your life. And it looks like you are, okay? It really looks like you are. What you can learn from the outside world or others to help you manifest your goals and your desires is the Queen of Pentacles. This is all about that self-care. It's about self-love. It's about nurturing. The Queen of Pentacles, she has this giant coin. She's planted coins before. She's watched them grow. She knows how to do it. She takes care of herself. She takes care of her home. She takes care of others, right? She does what she has to do. She's not afraid, even though she's dressed very beautifully. She's standing in her garden. She's very reminiscent of the Nine of Pentacles, someone who's very independent. Like, this is Spirit saying, Scorpio, you can do it. You can leave this relationship, whatever it is, if it's romantic or if it's a job, or if it's even a relationship with your higher self where you are anchored in anxiety or negative self-talk and that sort of thing. But that, you know what, Scorpio, this is very Nine of Pentacles energy. You can do it. You've done this before. You were fine before. You're going to be fine afterwards. This is also telling you there's so much love and there's so much abundance. All you have to do is reach out and grab it. Right? The Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy is, you know, again, there's so much abundance in this world. And if you don't get stuck in that way of thinking that if you receive abundance, you're taking from somebody else, or that there's not enough to go around, right? The Queen of Pentacles is like, there's enough to go around. This is also the importance of planning, the importance of patience. Okay, so whatever you're working on, it may not happen overnight. Okay, and remember that we are in this liminal space between winter and spring. I'm recording this, you know, the first week of February, and we've just been through Embolic, which is sort of like nothing seems to be happening on the surface, but underground, the seeds and the roots and everything is starting to sort of get this energetic, this pulse, right? So that it can push up through the ground and become the spring that we're used to, the blossoming and the abundance, and we're very, very close, okay? In your outcome, your projected final outcome is the Six of Cups. For some of you, this might have been a journey about getting pregnant or having children or something having to do with your kids. And this is an absolutely amazing, beautiful, beautiful sign. The Six of Cups is all about soulmate energy. It's about happiness. It's about bliss. It's about nostalgia. It's about bringing the fun back into your life. Now, if you guys have been listening to any sort of Leo full moon readings or astrologers, this is now the time to play. This is the time to get out there. It's not the time to be isolated. It's time to do the things that make your heart sing, that make your soul smile, that make you feel like a kid again. So engage in the beautiful energy of, you know, whatever it is. Maybe you like to paint, maybe you like to play sports, maybe you want to go out drinking with your friends, maybe, you know, you want to, I don't know, whatever it might be that makes you feel good and happy. And just like, you know, some of us it's sculpting, and some of us is like, you know, doing yoga, whatever it is that just brings back this happiness and this bliss that, you know, makes us feel like kids again. And that's beautiful. For some of us, you know, for some Scorpios, you're going to be bringing back somebody, you're manifesting somebody back into your life, or soulmate energy. Okay, but this transformation is taking place first, or has to take place. Remember, on the 16th of February, we will be going into Mercury in retrograde. And it's in Pisces energy, and you guys have a very Piscean card and lots of water here. So it's in a fellow water sign. It's going to be one of the more sort of benign Mercury retrogrades, but I feel like this is a really good omen that at that time, okay, this Piscean Mercury retrograde, that you might be meeting or bringing back or manifesting a soulmate or somebody from your past. All right, and it's really nice. And Spirit is saying, you know, make sure, you know, there may be apologies that are in order. Make sure that it's all balanced. And I'm also getting, don't rush into it. Okay, but celebrate, be happy, be optimistic. All right, additional messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right, recognition and reward. I love this. This is our Three of Wands energy. This is you waiting for your ships to come in. Yeah, and I really feel that. It's also all about you delegating, you feeling comfortable enough, okay, to whatever the transformation that you're going through. Again, it takes real power to stand in that Hanged Man energy. When we're anxious and we're not really sure of ourselves, we're afraid to step away. You know, we feel the need to control, most of us, right? But this Hanged Man energy is you being able to step away and sort of let things go, right? Like you've taken, your transformation. Maybe this is of yourself or of this relationship, whatever it might be. Maybe you're working on law of attraction. Now it's time to step away. You've done all that you can. Now just let the magic happen. And that's recognition and reward. That Three of Wands, that's the image I'm getting. The ability to delegate, and then also just this sense of knowing. At the same time, you are waiting, right? It's a card of waiting. You're waiting for it, but you know that it's coming. Really nice. Victory and success. We have another 6. So we have 3 6s on the ground. Spirit's saying you're doing the right thing, Scorpio. This is beautiful. I mean, I love this that we have a 3 and we have 3 6s on the ground. You're going to be successful. You're doing the right thing. Yes. All right, sacral chakra, number 2. For some of you, this is going to be, this is going to be an intimate love relationship. The sacral chakra is all about creativity, and it's all about our reproductive organs. For some of you, it will be about getting pregnant, okay, or getting news about being pregnant, or news about whether or not you can or can't have a child. But remember, once you get that news, whether it's yay or whether it's nay, once you have that clarity, you know where you can go. Right? Even if it's disappointing news, and unfortunately, I feel like it might be for some of you. Okay. And I hate that. I wish this could be, I wish I could give you another message. For some of you, it's going to be disappointing news, but think of it as, okay, well, now you can breathe. Now you can figure out the waiting game is over, right? Now you know where you can go. At least you now know. You know the truth, you know where you stand, you know what your options are, right? And for some of you, it's going to be positive, right? You're going to get positive news, right? And it's going to be, yes, you can have children, or yes, you are pregnant, if that's something that you want, right? But the sacral chakra is also, I'm getting a lot of sexual healing here. Again, like you're going to be with somebody who just makes you feel comfortable. You're going to let your guard down. Okay, and it's really, and the need for you, for those of you that do energy work, to clearing and balancing that sacral chakra. And this is also that feminine energy, and there are loads of meditations that you guys can do online to sort of balance the divine feminine and that womb area, right? And for those of you, my males out there, remember that males also do have a sacral chakra, even if you don't have an actual womb, and it's balancing that feminine side, right? All right, so let's go ahead and pull another card for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right, and here we have deception and envy. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So I'm getting here this deception and envy. I'm actually going to pull another card on this. But I do get, what I think I'm getting with this card is, taking the mask off. And I'm getting also the need, Scorpio, for you guys to be very authentic with what you're saying and what you're doing, and align all of your actions. Some people are going to say, wow, well, you're not who you used to be, or you're not the person that I met. And if you guys are interested, take a look at the Cancer reading, because the Cancer message was quite similar to that. It was kind of like, no, this is who I've always been. The person that I was trying to be, trying to maintain this balance or in this unhappy relationship wasn't really me, right? That was me wearing a mask, and you sort of taking off this mask. And I feel like that's part of your transformation here. But I did say I was going to pull another card there, which I don't normally do. Yeah, stand your ground. Look at that, another 7. Yeah, I love that. 77 is a very powerful number about spirit work, the path of the mystic, spiritual leadership, purification of the ego. So again, a lot of us, remember what I was talking about earlier, the ego wants to avoid change and wants to avoid transformation. I love that, because this is the message I got just before I started this reading in my own meditation, the need to stand your ground, the need to continue on, no matter, no matter what emotional attachment you might have in this relationship, in this Page of Cups in reverse, sort of saying, I'm sorry, but, right? And being genuine about it, right? You're sorry. You don't like to see anybody hurt, or you don't really, you know that maybe they'll miss you at this job or what have you. But the real importance of you standing in your authentic self, being, speaking your authentic truth, standing in your authenticity and standing your ground, right? The need for that. And then, so because you need to do you, Scorpio, and that's what this Leo season is all about, right? And also being able to be creative, being able to express yourself, and taking care of yourself, right? Self-care is really important right now. And we're really very supported with all this sun energy. And it's all about, don't take things too seriously either. I love the fact that that Six of Cups came out for you guys. Happiness, joy, like being a kid again. I love that. All right, additional messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Dove Spirit, be peace. 21 breaks down to another 3. I love that. So you're bringing, peace is coming to you. Peace is in that Six of Cups card. It's a beautiful relationship, even if that relationship is just with yourself, but you're going to have peace because you're finally going to be standing in your authentic truth, speaking your authentic truth, this victory and this success. I feel like peace comes after the storm, right? After that tower moment. And 21 is a 3, and 3s are about personal growth, expansion, being able to step away and watch your bank account grow. If this is a passion project that you've been working on, like getting it to the point where you don't have to be there micromanaging every second of the day. Snake Spirit, time to heal, 55. So you guys have another master number popping on into this reading, and 55s are a change in consciousness, communication, evolution, and can be instant manifestation. So I feel like, again, you're going to feel like somebody is going to pop out of nowhere. They're just going to pop into your life like, whoa, where did you come from? Right? But it's also you healing, and it's this total paradigm shift, this tower moment, all of the healing that's going to come from being in a relationship that wasn't fulfilling, whether that was romantic, family, or a job, right? And, again, saying I'm sorry, and also apologizing to yourself, but also forgiving yourself, because again, you did the best you could with what you had. All right. And now it's time to heal. And I think finally stripping down to your true self, right? Or finally getting the information that you need about whether or not you can have children, right? Getting that it's whether it's what you want or what you don't want, whether it's disappointing news or it's exciting news, you're going to be able to heal from the journey, right, that you've been on. All right, additional messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right, relationship change. You have 56. I love how we have a 55 and we also have a 56 card coming out. 56 breaks down to 11. So remember 11, 11. 11s are about, about balance. It could be Libra energy. It could also be this soulmate twin flame type energy. But I feel like, this relationship change is definitely coming. We see that it's coming right on top of that 10 of Cups. And again, it may be a relationship that you have at work. It could be that you're changing a job. It could be that you and a partner have decided to go separate ways. It could be that you and a partner are taking this to the next level, deciding to have children, not to have children, having that discussion. Okay, and then here you have nature, 74. So I knew another 11 was going to come out, 11 and 11. So I feel like some of you guys are definitely dealing with twin flame soulmate energy, but you're bringing that balance back and the importance of nature when you're feeling confused or you're feeling, like you don't know what to do or you're feeling upset, the importance of getting out in nature if you can. Now, nature isn't for everybody. I often give that message, but it's really funny. I was reading something the other day and it was like, well, not everybody needs that. And that's true, right? But I mean, if that resonates with you. Ooh, that's the card that wanted to come out. Healing. So twice you guys have the healing card coming out. Scorpio, this is beautiful. All right. I love that. And I feel like you guys are healing together. Okay, if you guys are in a relationship, you're definitely healing together. Some of you, again, are going to be getting news about whether or not you can have children. Some of you guys are taking your relationship to the next level, but there's a lot of healing that's coming after this Tower moment. Okay, but also some of you are going to be healing, you know, as you're healing yourselves, right? As you're standing up for yourself, as you guys, there might be some sexual healing that's taking place, but as you guys speak your authenticity, as you stand up for who you are and what it is you want, you know, this is going to be such an empowering time. And it's also going to, you know, rectify, right? It's going to rectify the past. You know, we can repair the past to heal the present. And there's, you know, in Scorpio, you guys are better than anybody at doing that. All right, so I'm going to leave it there for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, thank you guys for listening. I love you so much, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful Leo full moon.